Hey guys, my name is Natalie, aka Vegas Gamer Girl, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on Google Glass. I applied for the program about 2 years ago in the hopes of becoming one of those 8,000 Google Glass explorers. I so wanted to be a part of it, tried really hard to write a good, application essay, kind of like getting into college. And then college is a little more nerve wracking to get into. Google Glass is probably just as hard, if not more difficult to get into. Didn't get into the initial beta, but I was very fortunate to get my email about 5 weeks ago to be a part of Google Glass. And it was an amazing opportunity. I remember I got it in the middle of my Friday afternoon class, and I just was so excited that I could not contain myself. I did have to excuse myself from class just to go and squeal like a little fangirl outside in the hallway. Afterwards, I went home immediately trying to decide, because you only have about a week to 7 days to decide if you're going to be a part of this awesome program. And while I was constantly saying, I don't know what to do, one of my other friends that had it told me, just do it. You can get a full refund in those 30 days. Try it out, see if you like it, and if you like it, you can keep it. If not, you can return it. I said, okay, pros weigh out the cons this time. So I got it in 2 days flat after they said, hey, you're going to get it in a week. Got it in 2 days. And here it is. Google Glass. I have had a lot of fun with it, and I want to give you a little bit of a review on it from my 30-day experience. And we're not going to focus too much on hard specs like all of the technology that's working out here, but I do want to give you a general overization of just what's going on with it, how it works, my experience mostly, just so you can get a feel for what Google Glass is. So if you're trying it out, or if you're thinking about buying it in the future when it is a consumer product, which fingers crossed it will make it to that point. I'm pretty sure it will though. Just to see if you like it. So first things first, Google Glass is amazing. It comes up with this heads-up display, which is right here. As you can see in this piece of glass right here, it's a block of plastic that has a refracted lens so that you can see the glass in front of you. So it's basically like a floating screen. You would think that you wouldn't, it cause a lot of eye strain, and they do recommend that you have a 1 hour time period for each day the first week, just so your eyes adjust to the screen. But it's become so comfortable, this is second nature just to wear it now. The screen floats about a good amount out in front of you. It doesn't strain your eyes very much. It does when you first try, and I wear contacts, so that's one thing. But it is very easy on the eyes once you start, and it becomes second nature just to wear this. I was very hesitant about getting Google Glass the first time, because I do have a disability where I have to wear sunglasses when I go outside, because I'll go blind otherwise. So I felt like it was really going to limit my ability to, take skydiving, videos and stuff like that. Because the original pairs, from what I saw, did not fit very well with glasses. But Google, being the amazing people that they are, came up with insert lenses. So you can get these as shades, which is the tinted lenses, and you can also get them as prescription or clear frames, or clear lenses, I should say. They actually also do make frames, which do cost a little more to get, but you have a full frame as opposed to a frameless set of glasses. So they're essentially like a pair of glasses, which is really nice. The way that these work is you go from that nose piece and you just slip those on. Very easy to do. Great for if you're just on the go. And presto, you have a pair of sunglasses. Yeah. These are really, really nice. They're super dark, which is something that I need since I live in a state where it's, sunny outside 95% of the time. I live in the best state ever for my, my own health. And they work really nicely. They don't affect your ability to see the screen, because the screen gets brighter depending on the background or what's in front of it. So that's really nice. There are a lot of nice features that Google has made, which one is it's flipped the side of where the display is, so it is on your right eye. It is not adjustable for where it is, so definitely if you do have the opportunity or think about trying it and you do live in the area, you definitely do want to go try it out before you get it. I know some of my friends have not been able to see the actual display screen, so that's something you do want to check. There is a camera on the inside that allows you to sense your eye so that you can use the experimental Let me double check that for you. The experimental link, or the experimental feature of Wink, which is you wink and it takes a picture, which is really cool, but it also has caused a lot of controversy. Another thing you do want to focus on, another thing you do want to look up if you are going to have Google Glass is checking the laws in your state. There are people that have gotten tickets for wearing them while you're driving because you shouldn't be wearing them if you're driving, which is one issue that I found, that if you're trying to use it for anything at a faster rate, if you're going so fast, the GPS will cut out. And that could just be an issue with my phone. I noticed that with my Samsung Galaxy when I use my Bluetooth earbud, and it won't give me directions or make calls or anything if I'm going too fast, which is good because it prevents you from, talking and driving. But if you have a Bluetooth hands-free, I'd kind of hope I could use it. So the GPS does cut out. And once again, that could just be my phone feature, but that was something I noticed with my Google Glass. But when I did get the opportunity to use the feature, especially with mapping around like my campus, which is small but relatively large still, it was extremely helpful with that. You do want to check the laws, as I said, for when you go into different stores, because they do have very strict policies of not taking photos and pictures. So when I would go into stores, I would just keep them on the top of my head, still could feel them and everything, make sure I'm not going to lose them. But it did prevent people from thinking, I was recording them. Now, none of my friends or anybody really on campus really noticed what they were unless they were just staying away from me. But they did see, it is Google Glass. And the one thing I do have a slight issue with is there's no LED or any display on the front of these to show you that you're recording, which does add to the controversy of, are you recording all the time? What are you doing? Speculations like that. What else is there? Some of the other things, Google Glass does not last that long. I go to school where I'm at school from 9 a.m. to about, 11 o'clock to midnight, if not later, on campus. So I don't have an opportunity to always charge my, phone, let alone Google Glass, which is using energy from my phone. The cable is very thin, as we can see. It's not very thick. You can roll it up really easily. It's just a regular USB to micro USB port with the charging block. Very simple design. Google always does a great job with this kind of stuff. And that does help with having to take it back and forth. The other thing that they give you is this wonderful case. Now, this is a really big case. One thing you can't do with Google Glass is you can't fold it. The aluminum does make it very flexible, which is nice, because it makes it a little more durable, it makes you feel a little bit better about wearing it. But the case is so gigantic. It has this nice thick hard shell case at the bottom to protect the hardware at the front, but it's not very easy to keep in a bag if you're keeping a small bag or anything like that. So that is something you should also be advised of. Now, this whole side is a touchpad that connects to the LED display that you see at the front. Now, you can use your voice commands, which are, as I have to say, they are amazingly accurate at how well they are able to detect your voice and how quickly it detects your voice and responds, which is very nice, especially when you're Googling stuff. The whole touchpad along the side is right here. There's also a button at the top where you can take pictures manually, so that's nice. This whole back piece right here is the battery component. There is also the inner part, which is the part for the speaker, for, where the piece that they were saying was vibrating your skull so you could hear it. But they did make a nice innovation after going through the original alpha test, and they added a mono earbud. So all you do is right where the USB port, or the micro USB port, is, you attach it, and now you can just hear it through that one earbud. It's very slim, very easy, and it does make life a lot easier. See? Yeah, super easy. Very nice little addition. It's, as many people have said, they could hear it, but it was the worry that other people could hear it. So it's nice that they've added at least something small. You can actually get these as a set of 2, so it'll have a longer strand for the other side of your ear, so you can have a regular set of earbuds. So that's cool. Google Glass is something that I was very excited about getting into, and just being a glass explorer has been awesome, especially for where I live in Vegas. And I'm glad that I did accept and get into the program and accept the offer. My only things that I was a little hesitant on was the software, as well as the whole like glasses issue. The software, I was a little concerned because when I first got it, you download, Google Glass app and you look at the glassware, and there's only so much you can do. There's only about 10 apps when I got it. One was golf, so I let my dad try it, so that was really cool. The GPS tracks and sees how far you are from the pin, tells you what kind of yardage you have left, what kind of iron, it makes recommendations, so that's cool. There are other apps that you could use, like Twitter, recipe apps, which is really nice, but there wasn't really anything else, which made me a little, disappointed when I first got it. I was blown out of the water, though, as, the past 4 weeks have progressed, and found that the number of glassware apps has increased 3 times. There's Facebook now, there's YouTube, there's Tumblr, which, okay, if you're taking pictures all the time, Tumblr, man, get on it. There's a lot of great apps that have come out recently, and that's really something that Google always does well, is they're always constantly innovating their services and their hardware, and that's only going to be seen through their software as well. It will be really interesting, and what's really going to make Google Glass a great product in the future is the software that's created for it. Hardware is pretty sound. My 2 things that I didn't like about it, or 2 things I think that they need to improve upon, would be, like I said, that this entire thing is a touchpad. Now, the issue with this touchpad is that if you're constantly browsing on stuff and doing stuff with it, it gets really hot, because this is right next to your temple, right here. So if you're doing any touching along that touch bar and you push it into your skull, it gets really hot. And that's just from the insulation and the plastic. The aluminum isn't causing too much of the issue in terms of the metal conductivity or thermal induction, but the actual, like, just plastic that, just the insulation of it being right next to your skull, where you do lose a lot of heat, which means that you're also going to try anything that you put on your head, you're going to insulate a lot of heat from. So that was one issue. The other issue, as many of you have probably heard from other reviews, is just the battery life is not there. Now, it only lasts about 5 hours from what I could see, and it's sapping not only the energy from this, because you do have the head wake ability, which is every time you put it on, it'll turn on, as you could see, and then when you take it off, it goes into a sleep mode, which is nice. But if you have it on like this, it still senses that it's on, so it'll constantly be on. So it's either you take it all the way off or you keep it on. So that drains the battery. Just, taking pictures, Googling, searching the web and stuff also takes away from the battery, which is sad. But it also drains the battery of your phone. So it's trying to make sure, hey, I have, extra, battery and stuff. Like, I keep this brick on me all the time, just because I want to constantly charge myself while I'm at school. So it's my MP3 player, my phone, or even Google Glass now. I keep this on me just to charge it. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Other than that, though, Google Glass is amazing. I have loved it. It has definitely connected me with all of my social media to a level I never thought was possible. And I definitely see that this will be something huge in the future, especially with wearable technology becoming so big. And Google Glass is definitely going to be one of those top contenders, if not the top contender in that market. Another quick thing that I did notice with the social media aspect of it is I love the integration. I love how easy it was. The verbal commands really easy, post videos, everything. The only thing I had an issue with was everything is tethered to Google Plus, which makes sense. I mean, it's Google's product, but a lot of my friends don't have Google Plus. At all of our universities, we have emails with suffixes of at your university name here .edu. Now, even though it is through Gmail and you go through mail.google.com to use it, you can't use it for Google Plus. So you have to set an entirely new email or get a new Gmail for a Google Plus account. And I know another of my friends will not do that just because they don't want extra emails. So that does deter from the product a little bit, that the integration of social media, of making phone calls and emails and stuff like that is not there for that. When I was able to do it, because I did convince a lot of my friends, hey, just sign up for a Google Plus account so I can, use all this cool stuff. It was great. The hanging out was really cool. Video chatting with people and showing them the views I was seeing, especially here around Sunset in the desert. It's beautiful everywhere. And getting to send emails, it made everything so much more streamlined, so much more connected, and it was just beautiful. It was even easier, especially since I would try to tweet a lot about, saving games and saving money on games, I should say. It was easy for me to live tweet stuff, so I could take a picture of something in a store of a price and say, hey, find it at your store here, or, stuff like that. So it made tweeting and stuff a lot easier. I think that's really it. I mean, Google Glass is awesome. The only reason I'm really returning it is there are a couple of hardware issues that I feel like are still going to be fixed, as everything else Google does, they do amazingly, and I just think it's going to be constantly innovated upon as they continue to make this product. And when it becomes a consumer product, I'm definitely going to repurchase it. But just because I have to make the mature decision as a college student, and as cool as it is, I can't justify spending the $1,500, which is actually $1,650 with tax. I will say that they definitely give you the maximum amount of time to try it out and make sure it's something you do want to keep. They rush deliver it to you in 2 days, which is awesome, and they make you sign for it, and you can start using it, after, good day of charging. But just for the price and what it offers currently, I can't see justifying it. That's just my opinion. I can't justify spending that much money, especially in college, where that money should go towards textbooks and tuition and other things. So if you do get the opportunity, definitely try it out. It's definitely worth the 30 days of just trying it out, and if I had to do it all over again, I'd definitely try it again, and maybe I would keep it. I've been going back and forth trying to decide, and from talking to friends to talking to my parents about what I should do, this is the conclusion I've come to. I'm definitely going to repurchase it when it becomes a consumer product and is less expensive, and Google has made a statement, you can find somewhere on the internet, that I've seen that it's going to be more than $500 but less than $1,500, which is very reassuring that they're definitely trying to find a good price point. The benefit being in the Explorer program is you do get early access, which is definitely worth paying the extra money for, and just the experiences you get to have. I mean, I believe that I'm going to post maybe 2 more videos before I return it, fingers crossed, about my campus, and just maybe getting to show you a little bit about Vegas and what it looks like at different times of day, which will be cool once I put that all together. But if you get the opportunity to take it, in my opinion, it's worth the money, but for me, I just can't afford it right now. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Follow me on Twitter. I'll definitely keep you guys posted, and even if you don't get to be a Google Glass Explorer forever, you definitely get to be the explorer of your life. Game on, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.